Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Myself Servan, currently pursuing my first year BE in Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering in the branch of Cyber Security. Today let us going to know about the decision control and the looping statements. At first, decision control and looping statements are fundamental programming constructs that enable programs to make choices and repeat actions. They are essential for creating dynamic, interactive, and responsive applications that can adapt to the user and scenarios. First one is conditional statements. Conditional statements is of three or two, four types. First two is if else and switch. Conditional statements allows programs to make decisions based on specific conditions. The if-else statement checks a condition and executes different block of code depending on whether the condition is true or false. The switch statement evaluates an expression and executes the corresponding case. First one, if-else checks a condition and executes one block of code if true and another block of code if it is false. Switch statement evaluates an expression and executes the code corresponding case block or a default block if no case matches. Conditional statements enable dynamic program flow, allowing applications to adapt the user inputs and scenarios. They are essential for creating interactive and responsible applications that can make intelligent decisions. Proper use of conditional logic is crucial for writing robust, bug-free and maintainable code. Comparison operators. You can see the symbols here where comparison operators are of three to four types. The first one is equal to, and the second one is not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to. First operator, equality. The equality operators compares two values for equality, while not equal checks for inequality. These are useful for evaluating conditions and decision makings in your code. Greater or less than. The greater and less than operators compare the relative magnitude of the values of two values. They are essential for sorting, filtering, and implementing logic based on the numerical comparisons. Greater than or less than equal to. The greater than equal to and less than equal to operators extend the greater and less than comparisons to include equality. They are helpful for handling edge cases and implementing inclusive logic. Place comparison. Comparison operators allow programs to make place allocated decisions based on the specific values of variables and expressions. They are the building blocks of conditional statements and control flow. Logical operators. Logical operators are of three types: and, or, and not. And operator. The logical and operator evaluates two expressions and returns true only if both are true. It's useful for combining multiple conditions to make complex decisions. OR operator. The logical OR operator evaluates two expressions and return the condition true if at least one is true. It allows program to handle alternative scenarios or multiple possible conditions. The last is not operator. The logical not operator reverses the Boolean value of an expression, turning true into false and vice versa. It's helpful for negating conditions or checking the opposite of a statement. Now, what are the loops? Loops are of three types: for, while, and do while. For loop. The for loop is a powerful control structure that allows you to execute a block of code a specific number of times. It's ideal for when you know the exact number of iterations upfront. While loop. The while loop continuously executes a block of code as long as specified conditions remains true. It's useful when handling unknown or variable iterations counts. Do while. Do while loop is similar to the while loop, but it guarantees that the code inside the loop will execute at least once even if the condition is false initially. Nested loops and loop controls statements. Nested loops. Loops can be nested inside the other loops, allowing for complex multidimensional iterations. This enables processing for data structures like 2D arrays or handling interdependent tasks. Break statement. The break statement allows you to execute a loop permanently, skipping the remaining iterations. It's useful for stopping a loop when a specific condition is met. Continue statement. Continue statement skips the current iteration of a loop and move on to the next one. It's helpful for selectively processing elements in a loop based on the certain criteria. Break and continue statement. Breaking out of loops. The break statement allows you to execute a loop concurrently, skipping the remaining iterations. This is useful when you encounter a specific condition that requires a loop to be terminated early. Selective iterations. The continue statement skips the current iteration of loops and moves on to the next one. This is helpful for selective processing elements in a loop based on certain criteria without having to exit the entire loop. Enhancing control flow. Break and continue statements provide additional control over the flow of your program, allowing you to handle complex logic and make informed decisions within the loops. Improving efficiency. By using break and continue, you can optimize the performance of your code by avoiding necessary computations and improving all over the efficiency of your program. Now, let us look into the ternary operator. The ternary operator, also known as a conditional expression, it is a concise way to write simple if-else statements in a single line of code. It provides a compact syntax for making quick decisions based on the conditions. The ternary operator takes from the conditions value if true or value if false. It evaluates the condition and returns the first value is true or the second value is false. This makes it ideal for simple assignments or quick returns based on the simple check. Here you can look into the flowchart on the right side for the ternary operator. What are the practice examples and use cases? E-commerce transaction condition statements and loop are essential for processing customer orders, managing shopping carts, and ensuring secure payments transactions on e-commerce platforms. Financial data analysis. Loop and comparisons are used extensively in financial modeling and data analysis in identifying trends. Perform calculations and generate meaningful insights from the complex database. Medical diagnosis. Decision control structures are crucial in medical expert systems where they aid to accurate diagnosis of diseases by evaluating symptoms and test results against diagnostic criteria. Game development. Loop and conditional statements are the backbone of game logic, controlling the movements, actions, and behavior of characters, enemies, and interactive elements in the video games. Conclusion and best practices. In conclusion, decision control and looping statements are the fundamental programming constructs that empower developers to create dynamic, responsive, and intelligent applications. By mastering the proper use of if else, which, for, while, do while statements, along with their accompanying comparisons and logical operators, we can write a code that adapts to user inputs, handles complex logic, and optimizes performance. To maximize the effectiveness of the control structure, it's crucial to follow best practices such as writing clear, concise, and well-commenced code, thoroughly testing edge cases, and prioritizing readable and maintainability. Leveraging techniques like break and continue statements as well as through a ternary operator can further enhance sophistication and efficiency of your programming solutions. Thank you. Please do like and subscribe my video.